Well, here we are on board the Oceana, and there on the balcony is the first cigarette I've had for 12 hours. Oh, it was good. But here we are on board now in Barbados. Well, there's the last of the baggage coming on, and once that's all loaded, we're ready to cast off. Well, that's it. It's 9:15. We're moving backwards, and it's bye-bye Barbados for a couple of weeks. A little tug standing by there to give us a push if we need it. Don't think we're going to need it tonight though. Sun will soon be coming up over the horizon now. It's 6:15 in the morning. The sunrise on with the Caribbean, our first day. There's Marie with a cup of tea, or taking a photograph of the sunrise. The cabin's been tidied now, so I'm going to take the opportunity of showing you what it's all about. And here we are.
Service, morning.
A 418.
Room service.
And there we are. There's the cabin. Very nice cabin indeed. And here we have our balcony. Two reclining chairs, one there. Look out over the sea there. Maybe on a chair. And we're on the 11th deck. So we're quite a long way above the sea. And today, about a force 5 following wind. Blue, blue sea. And back in the cabin, looking towards the wardrobes. Over here. And the ensuite bathroom shower room. In there. With our shower in there. Very good indeed. Marie's waiting down below, so we'll take a walk down and go and find her. Short walk along here. To the lifts. We'll see how quickly we can get a lift. I think we'll find this one going down, I hope.
Oh, you know.
I think so.
It's going down, it's going down. Yes, it's going down, I think you're right.
Alright, let's have an extra ride. Alright, I'll get off here. Right.
Everyone is a member of a better family of gemstones, and it shares its chemical composition with aquamarine and mobenite, which we will look at next. Many people believe that emerald is a softer stone, but this is a misconception with a hardness of 7.5 on most scale. It's very, very true. It's very, very true. Don't think it's very, very soft. When we talk a scale, anything goes below 6, I would say. This is a brittle stone you have
Talk
to
about
take care of.
gemstones there.
It is softer than sapphire or ruby, but it's still relatively harder.
And down here,
However, it is the brittle stone, and the care must be taken when handling it or when setting in rings. When you are looking to buy an emerald, look for the stone which has a good depth of color and deeper green.
there she is,
More valuable the stone.
looking after my beard
Now,
for me.
fine emerald is again a gemstone which is a quality.
Have you found
of
anything?
gemstone. Because this is the gemstone, if you get
Just
a
a little
perfect
bit.
emerald
You have to read
without
through.
inclusion,
Can you come and
a
have a
lovely
look now?
color, it can be more expensive.
Well, we've sorted out ourselves a couple of excursions, and now let's go and take a look around the Lido deck. With a steel band playing there, and a lot of people out sunbathing, taking advantage of this lovely weather. And with the following wind, of course, there's no wind around the boat at all. Beautiful. I'm sorry about the dirty lens, but there we are. And Marie. We're on our way now to a lecture about our next, well, not the next protocol, but a couple of ports on from here.
Now, most of the people that you will meet
And we're going to go into the Footlights Theatre.
is Spanish. So if you've got a Spanish phrase book with you, then this is a time to start brushing up on your language skills. So you can have a go at chatting to the locals, finding out about their lives and their culture in their native tongue. Now, if you would like to gain a little bit of an understanding about the culture and the way of life here, then you can get a very colourful idea of the real Mexican.
Well, here we are arriving in Curaçao, an island I visited in 1958 and 1959. And unless I'm very much mistaken, behind that hill over there is where Rakai used to go in to refuel. And that looks like the pilot boat over there coming towards us. A little speck at the moment. Is it the pilot boat? Yes, it is the pilot boat, yeah. There she is alongside. Pilot taking his life in his hands now. Stepping on board. Oh, and there's another one going to come as well. Two of them. Good Lord, three of them. Probably immigration people, I suspect. Customs, maybe. Anyway. We've got a pilot on board. We've got two other people on board. Almost. Here he comes. And there we are now, almost alongside the quay. The big cruiser quay. Just a little way from the town. There's the terminal building. The stern's coming in now. I'm looking across towards the town over there. That's where we're going to go. A lot of new buildings around here. And this is the old fort. All done up now as a shopping mall and restaurants and so on. Been a lot of money spent here. Riff Fort. And that's the way we're going to walk out towards town. To get across to the town, we've got to go over a floating bridge, and it's well known. There it is there. It floats on a series of pontoons with pointed ends at each side, and it swings. There it is. That's what we're going to walk across. Cars used to come across here, but not anymore. And there's the beginning of the high street. Looking back towards Oceana. And then round the corner of the castle came this tug, helping to steer this rather large tanker going into the oil refineries. There she goes. And the bridge, which was there, which they had to open to let her through, is now over there, alongside the wharf on the other side of the channel. And now the bridge is closing. It all works on that pivot that you saw, and the engines which are mounted on that last pontoon. Getting close to being closed now. Well, they just drive it just like a boat, really. Almost there, almost there. Just about to come into place now. The blue object box at the back of the pontoon there is actually the engine that drives the propeller. And there we are, we're closed. Clamp in. And the bridge is open for traffic again. Now we look down the main street. And we came across these various sites in the centre of Willemstad. All little back alleys. Here we are inside Fort Amsterdam, and at the other end of the fort's quadrangle here is the Governor's Palace. And the one-time governor of Curacao suffered from migraine, and all the houses were painted white. So to overcome his migraine problems, he had all the houses painted different colours. And it's the colourful array of buildings here. Now these girls are actually dancing and being filmed for some tourist promotion. The young ones having a go. They seem to be enjoying it. Oh, well, as we were walking back towards the ship, we were actually on the bridge when it opened to let a small boat through. And if you look at the end there, it's closing again now, and you can see it swinging across. Well, we continued our walk. We hadn't organised any tour for this stop. We just did our own thing in town. And there we are, making our way back nice and gently towards our ship. And our cabin is one of those up there. Once we were back on board, we had lunch in the Jardine Cafe, overlooking the atrium. And those two blokes working on top of one of the lifts, you can see there. Well, after lunch, I went back down on the quay to try and identify our cabin. And it's somewhere up there, around about the middle of the picture now. But I'd asked Marie to stand on the balcony and wave. So we should be able to see her waving in a minute. Yeah, I can see her there. There she is. And that's our balcony. And behind that is the cabin. Hello, Marie. So, that's where we are. Then back on board again, there was more entertainment. The entertainment's been very, very good on the boat, actually, all the way through. And then the sunset on another lovely day, and we were on our way to Aruba. Oh, here's the pilot arriving to come and guide us in to Aruba. He's just taking his time over this one. He's off now. And when you finish dropping the pilot off, what's the most natural thing for a pilot boat to do? Ah, that's it. You go fishing. Good for you. Aruba is only a very small island, 19.5 miles long, 6 miles wide at its widest point, 70 square miles in all. And as the number plate says, one happy island. We're actually moored between the quay and that reef over there, which I think there was dug out ready for the ships. Well, this is Aruba. Welcome to Aruba. Looks like it should be quite interesting here. And in a few minutes we're off to catch the bus for a tour. The scenes of Aruba. We're gathering now for our trip to have a look at Aruba, and we've all got our stickers. And we are E12. And we're all waiting here.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Somewhere over here, I think.
Across here to your right hand side, it's our flea market. Buy one, get one free. And check it out here to your right. Everything downtown here stays at walking distance, ladies and gentlemen, from your cruise ship. Our main shopping area is across here to your far left hand side. But take a look here to your left. You will see one of our casino, which is called the Crystal Casino. The Crystal is owned by this resort out here to your left hand side, which is the Renaissance. Renaissance is divided by two different sections also. So that's the Renaissance Marina here to your left, the Reformation. But you're not obligated to make it up there.
Good.
Only if you want to. If in case you make it on top,
Now the driver come guide gave us, I think it was 15 minutes here to climb those rocks. And unfortunately there was another big cruise boat in, the Emerald Princess, and they all seem to be there as well. And on the way up you have to go through this sort of tunnel affair, and the older people were having a bit of trouble, and the queue was long and very slow moving. As you can see, it was very, very windy at the top, but the views were worth it, I suppose. You could see quite a lot of the island from here. The guide then took us along the coast to a nature reserve to show us a natural bridge, which should, there it is, it's fallen down. Fell down a couple of years ago. But never mind, he said there's a little one next to it. You can see that instead. So we looked at that from all sorts of angles. And then we had a little wander around the beach, watched the waves crashing against the rocks, before getting in our coach and going off and having a look at something else.
Back
Some
together
people did it
again.
on quad bikes, some people in Land Rovers. Seemed to be quite a popular place.
Secondly,
Very rugged. A lot of lava here from when it was a volcano. And then we went to this chapel, and unfortunately the sign only just told us it was a place of worship. It was a pretty little chapel. There's the inside of it. And some lizards running around outside. About the biggest wildlife we saw, actually. On the ground. Everywhere they were. Hundreds of them. Now, up until a couple of years ago you could climb to the top of this lighthouse, but a stupid idiot, Romeo and Juliet, held hands and jumped off the top. Now they won't let anybody go on.
boat company, Jolly Pirate, different company out there, basic snorkeling. Today our most beautiful and also most expensive resort that we got in the island today, it is called the Hyatt Regency, which stays out. So if you book a player, you know exactly where to come for the next tournament, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out here to your island side also, you will get to see the most newest and also the most beautiful one. It's called the Rio Palace. The Rio Palace was opened on the 10th of February of last year, so it's still less than 1 year since it is open, the Rio Palace. It is also all-inclusive. Oil and your sunscreen. Take a look across here to your left. What you will see here to your left inside, ladies and gentlemen.
So after the tour we went round to the shops, had a look around. I went running off down a back street to find myself a hat in a department store, which was a lot cheaper than buying it on the seafront. We'd already found one earlier on. We'd forgotten to take them with us. And then I saw this. The Oceana is the one at the back, and I thought it was big. But look at the size of the Emerald Princess. She's 113,561 tons. Anyway, our crowd seemed quite happy to see her go. Celebrations. As the Emerald Princess set off. No idea where she was going, but she set off. But that night, before we left, unfortunately we lost the passenger. The woman had been taken ill and she was carted off to hospital. So that was the end of the cruise for her. Hope she's alright now. Bye bye one passenger. And now it's bye bye Aruba. And on to Costa Maya. And that's the end of part 1, folks.